Chapter 1. I planned a trip to Tibet with my wife, Xin Yao, for our 10th anniversary, but she broke our promise. She said it was a crucial time for the company's IPO, and she couldn't leave. I understood and prepared to cancel our hotel reservation in Lhasa. However, I suddenly received a notification on my phone confirming the check-in. Guess, Xin Yao Xiaozian. Room type, Honeymoon suite. I thought she was a career woman, unromantic and solely focused on her career. It turned out she had already chosen love, just not with me. I stared blankly at the notification for half an hour. My luggage, freshly retrieved from the car and ready to be put back in the closet, sat before me. Meanwhile, my phone displayed the Tibet hotel check-in notification. Xin Yao had actually gone to Tibet with her young secretary. I remember the text she sent me yesterday. Honey, it's a critical time for the company's IPO. I might not be able to go to Tibet with you. I'll make it up to you after the IPO. Okay. I'm going on a business trip for a few days, and we'll be very busy. I might not be able to receive messages or calls. Don't be mad, okay? I replied, okay, take care. It turned out these were all just a cover-up for her trip to Tibet with Xiaozian. Her social media was filled with business updates, portraying a hard-working, powerful woman. But it didn't matter. I would find what I was looking for, because her secretary, Xiaozian, couldn't wait to announce his boss's favoritism to the world. Xiaozian updated his social media at 1 a.m. Legend says, if you confess your love in the closest place to heaven, God will hear it. I love you. Below were 9 photos, each showing him and Xin Yao holding hands. Their affection under the clear blue sky stung my eyes because I knew those slender hands all too well. They were Xin Yao's. There was even a mark on her ring finger where her wedding ring had been. Many friends commented, why not show your girlfriend's face? Xiaozian replied, I only want her to belong to me. Every day that followed, from Lhasa to the Corolla Glacier, to Shigatse, to Everest Base Camp, to Namso, Xiaozian posted their itinerary. I smiled bitterly. This was the itinerary I had made for our trip to Tibet, and they were enjoying a pleasant vacation with it. On the last day, Xiaozian posted, with the gods as our witness, she promised to marry me. The photo showed Xin Yao's hand with a Tibetan-style wedding ring, their fingers intertwined. I turned off my phone screen. Xin Yao and I had been married for 10 years, and Tibet was the place we always wanted to visit. We promised each other we would go there for our anniversary. In the end, she went on our anniversary, but with someone else. I thought we would grow old together, hand in hand. It turned out vows could change. Our love ended in our 10th year of marriage. Xiaozian was Xin Yao's secretary for a year. He interned at her company during his senior year of college. He was young, handsome, enthusiastic, curious about the world, and loved all things exciting, including his married boss. Like a warrior fighting for love, after realizing Xin Yao's favoritism, he began to provoke me. He added me on WeChat and sent me provocative messages. I told Xin Yao more than once to fire Xiaozian, but she dismissed it casually. Ninjo, Zian is just a kid about to graduate from college. Why are you so bothered by him? He's just joking. Don't take him seriously. Chapter 2. A 23-year-old child? The kind of words that only men understand drove me crazy. But Xin Yao favored him again and again, constantly saying, just ignore him. How could there be anything between him and me? We are just a superior-subordinate relationship. But every time she received a call from Xiaozian and left me, I knew her heart had wavered. On the 8th day of Xin Yao and Xiaozian's trip, I received a call from the hospital. Hello, Mr. E. Your wife is now in the central hospital. The fetus in her womb shows signs of miscarriage. Please come to the hospital immediately. My mind buzzed and exploded. Fetus? Miscarriage? We have been married for 10 years, and she has always been unwilling to have children, asking me to agree to be dink couples. I love her, so I endured the pressure from both parents and have been living a dink lifestyle with her, not having children. But now I find out she is actually pregnant. I rushed to the obstetrics and gynecology department of the hospital and heard the nurses at the nurses' station chatting. Hey, where's the family member of Xin Yao in bed number 10? She just entered the operating room. The fetus can't be saved. My legs went weak and I almost fell. But this pregnant woman too. She's 3 months pregnant and still went to Tibet to play. Is she crazy? She went to the hospital as soon as she got off the plane. Didn't the doctor just say that vigorous sex is not allowed in the early stages of pregnancy? They are too careless. They've already had bleeding. Don't they even have this common sense? People have a good relationship. They couldn't help it. Didn't you hear? They went to Tibet for their honeymoon. Hey, is the person who sent her to the hospital her husband? A senior nurse interrupted their gossip. All right, the patient's privacy has nothing to do with you. I just called the patient's husband half an hour ago. Shut up. Oh my God. This patient went to Tibet with another man and ended up losing the child? Crazy. Don't talk, it's terrible if someone hears. 3 months pregnant. Because Xin Yao has been busy with the company's listing in the past 6 months, and I've been flying around to develop cooperation projects for foreign companies. We haven't had marital relations for several months. How could she be 3 months pregnant? This child is not mine. I walked up to the nurse's station. Hello, I am Xin Yao's family member. As soon as I said that, the nurses looked at me with sympathy, with an expression that was hard to describe. Hello. Xin Yao showed signs of miscarriage, and the fetus cannot be saved. This is the surgical consent form. Please sign it. I took it, went to the doctor's office, and confirmed with the doctor again. Xin Yao is 3 months pregnant, right? The doctor nodded at me. The ultrasound report shows it's 12 weeks of pregnancy. You were also careless. You went to Tibet just after becoming pregnant. The altitude sickness is so uncomfortable. You are really bold, but you are still young. It's okay to have another one after taking good care of yourself later. I nodded and signed the surgical consent form. When Xin Yao came out of the operating room, her face was as white as paper. When she woke up and saw me, her eyes were full of tears. Husband, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was pregnant. I didn't protect our child. I didn't say a word, just looked at her. You went to Tibet? With Xiaozian? Xin Yao's face turned even paler, and she anxiously tried to take my hand. Husband, are you angry? I didn't intentionally hide it from you. It's just that Zian said he had never been to Tibet, and his birthday wish was to see Tibet. I thought since our itinerary was canceled anyway, let's not waste those booked hotels and things, so I took him there. I was afraid you would misunderstand, so I didn't tell you. I pulled back my hand that she was holding. Do you know how many months pregnant you are? Xin Yao had confusion in her eyes. The doctor said 3 months. What's wrong? Husband, don't be angry. Didn't we agree to be dink? It's okay if the child is gone. Chapter 3. I pursed my lips. You're 3 months pregnant, Xin Yao, but how long has it been since I touched you? Don't you know this child isn't mine? It's Xiao Zian's, isn't it? I watched as Xin Yao's complexion turned white. She shook her head. No, there must be some misunderstanding. How could the child not be yours? It's your child. Have you forgotten what you did that day you came back drunk? You don't even remember what you did yourself, and you dare to doubt my innocence. I stood up. Xin Yao, I never suffer from amnesia when drunk. I remember everything I do after I've had too much to drink. You know what you did in Tibet? Didn't you agree to marry Xiaozian? Weren't you together under the witness of the gods? What am I then? Is our 10-year marriage a joke in your eyes? Let's both calm down for now. We'll talk again after you've recovered. With that, I left without looking back. Behind me, Xin Yao cried out. Nanzhou, this child really is yours. You can't accuse me like this without cause. Ignoring the nurse's gaze at the door, I walked straight out of the hospital. Before I even got home, I received a message from Xiaozian. You know everything, right? The child is mine, and the person Xin Yao loves is me. She stopped loving you a long time ago. Since that's the case, you might as well propose a divorce yourself. Yao Yao is soft-hearted. She won't bring up divorce, but can you stand your wife cuckolding you? Why bother? You're just greedy for Yao Yao's money. If you're decisive, I can make sure she gives you more property. She's so good. How are you worthy of her? Any man with a shred of decency wouldn't live off a woman like that, especially when that free meal comes with a side of horns. Don't you think? Ha! I sneered. Live offer? Xiao Zian hasn't known Xin Yao long enough. He doesn't know that even the initial funding for Xin Yao's company was provided by me. Her company's resources and connections are all mine, and I even helped her prepare all the documents for the IPO. I can lift her to this position, and I can also make her fall from it hard, shattering into pieces. The day Xin Yao was discharged from the hospital, I still went. After all, she hadn't divorced me yet, and a family member needed to handle the discharge procedures. I had just reached the ward when I saw Xiaozian helping Xin Yao down from the bed. He said gently, I'll go take care of the discharge procedures for you. Xin Yao said in a coquettish tone, I told you not to come. What if Enan Zhou sees you when he comes to visit and uses it as an excuse to say my relationship with you is ambiguous? Do you know how much trouble this miscarriage is causing me? I told you to be careful, but you just wouldn't listen. You just had to fool around. Now the fetus wasn't saved, and he found out. Xiao Ziyan kissed her. Okay, baby, I know I was wrong. I didn't know your plan. If you had told me earlier, I would have cooperated with you. Xin Yao nodded. My company is at a critical juncture in its IPO, and I can't afford any slip-ups. I still need Enan Zhou's help. Stay away from him recently, and don't get too close to me. Once the company is listed, I'll talk to him about divorce. You go back today and wait for him to pick me up. I'll appease him. When everything is over, are we still afraid of not being together? Xiao Ziyan hugged her and kissed her. Wife, how are you so smart and capable? What am I going to do? I don't want to be separated from you for even a second. I need to get this IPO settled quickly. I want to marry you right away. I can't stand the thought of you lying next to that man. The two kissed intimately, their suggestive sounds directly entering my eardrums. I retracted my hand that was about to push open the door and walked out of the hospital. I took out my phone and made a few calls. Stop all investment in Xin Yao's company. Chapter 4. Draft me a divorce agreement. I'll send you the details later. Stop all work on the IPO documents for Xin Yao's company. My lawyer acted swiftly, preparing the divorce agreement between Xin Yao and me and delivering it to her. Before Xin Yao contacted me, her parents did. They lashed out at me in the family group chat. Enan Zhou, are you even a man? Yao Yao just miscarried your child, and at her most vulnerable moment, you want a divorce? Who has she been working so hard for? Isn't it for your little family? How can you do such a heartless thing? Have you got another woman now that your business is booming? Yao Yao didn't dare object to you not wanting children, but when she finally got pregnant, how could you pressure her into an abortion? Are you even human? Their distorted accusations made my head spin. Their relatives all sided with them, condemning me. I quietly posted the doctor's report, along with proof of my accommodation and flight tickets, showing I'd been abroad for the past 3 to 4 months. I sent a message. My silence doesn't mean I'm in the wrong. It's because I was giving Xin Yao some last shred of dignity. Since she doesn't want it, let's throw it away. I've been abroad for months. The child she was carrying wasn't mine. Your good daughter's infidelity is to blame. Oh, and congratulations, you'll soon have a young son-in-law. He's got everything except money, but don't worry, your daughter is capable, and she likes these pretty boys. I directly tagged Xin Yao. I thought for 10 years of marriage, I'd give you some face. Turns out, you don't want it and you're trying to turn the tables. Xin Yao, don't treat everyone like a fool. I then posted dozens of intimate photos of her and Xiao Ziyan in the group chat. They were all sent to me by Xiao Ziyan, taunting me and provoking me, trying to get me to leave Xin Yao. I had thought Xin Yao was just momentarily swayed and having a fling with him, perhaps because I hadn't been around enough. I'd planned to focus on the domestic company after finishing the overseas project and spend more time with her. Turns out, she had long strayed from our marriage. After the photos were posted, the Xin family group chat fell silent. Xin Yao frantically called me. Enan Zhou, take down the photos. How dare you post my pictures? They're fake. You photoshopped them. How can you do such a disgusting thing for a divorce? Photoshopping these photos. Are you trying to kill me? I said coldly. Xin Yao, do you dare say these are fake? These were all sent to me by your dear little secretary. Do you want me to show you the chat logs? Xin Yao shrieked. I told you, Xiao Ziyan is just a kid. Why do you have to make things difficult for him? He's just young and playful. I just took some pictures with him. There's nothing going on. You have no proof. I'll sue you. I laughed. Only Xin Yao could say such shameless things. Xin Yao, I told you, don't treat others like fools. I have all the evidence I need about your affair. Sue me. Let's see each other in court. In the divorce agreement, not only did I ensure my assets wouldn't be divided, I also presented evidence of my investment in Xin Yao's company. All the initial capital was mine. Xin Yao hadn't contributed a cent. If I were ruthless, the company would be under my name. So, Xin Yao went crazy after seeing the agreement. She'd thought about the consequences of divorce, but she hadn't realized how severe they would be. Too severe for her to bear. Chapter 5. I went home to pack my things. Xin Yao was there. When she saw me, she rushed over, tears in her eyes. Nan Zhou, I don't want a divorce. Please don't be so cruel. I really know I was wrong. Please don't leave me, okay? I just strayed for a moment. I know I was wrong. You know I love you, Ninjo. We have 10 years of history together, don't we? Can you bear to let go? I know you love me too, don't you? The words "I love you" stung me deeply. I slapped her hard and pushed her away. Xinyao, you're not worthy of saying love. How dare you say that word in front of me? All these years, I helped you and gave selflessly because I loved you. But now I realize it was all a lie. Xinyao, you really have no conscience. You're still scheming against me even now. The thought that I actually loved you for 10 years makes me sick. I overheard your conversation with Xiao Zian at the hospital. You just wanted to string me along, to get me to help you take the company public, didn't you? I'm telling you, don't even dream about it. I looked at her, covering her face as she collapsed on the sofa, my gaze icy. I'm an ordinary man. I get disappointed and hurt when I'm deceived. Xinyao, from now on, take care of yourself. I won't help you anymore. Never again. After saying that, I went upstairs, grabbed my luggage, and left. Before turning my back on this house, I took off my wedding ring and threw it in the trash can. Goodbye, Xinyao. I went outside, put my luggage in the car, and saw Xiao Zian driving over. He got out of the car, saw me loading my luggage, and said with a smile, "Brothery, what happened? Did Yao Yao kick you out after a fight? I told you, what's not yours will never be yours. Yao Yao will only be mine." I glanced at him and nodded. "Then hurry up and coax your Yao Yao to sign the divorce papers. Otherwise you, the mistress, will never become the official one." "That's not good, is it? It doesn't sound good, does it?" Xiao Zian's face changed. "What mistress? Yao Yao and I truly love each other. What are you now? A loser, you know? You're outdated, brother. Now, the one who isn't loved is the third party. Don't you know? Who cares about a marriage certificate these days? Love is all that matters. Otherwise, why would Yao Yao go on a trip with me instead of being with you on your wedding anniversary?" I sighed softly. "That marriage certificate is very useful at critical times, young man. Let me teach you. You'll soon know why it's useful." The marriage certificate certainly was useful, because I had already compiled all the evidence of Xiao Zian and Xinyao's affair, and had someone post it on Xiao Zian's university forum overnight. Overnight, Xiao Zian became infamous for being the other man in someone else's marriage. The forum was filled with various intimate photos, their chat logs, and his provocative messages to me. Students at the school ate up the drama all night. "Oh my God, this guy is actually a student at our school. How embarrassing. I'm ashamed to admit he's from our school. Mistresses are so shameless these days. How could he stomach it? The woman is 10 years older than him, right? This is the legendary sugar mama situation. I've seen it all now. This guy is skipping a few decades of struggle. But the husband is handsome and rich. What is this woman thinking? Does she just like younger men?" Xiao Zian was called back by the school. His internship was immediately terminated, and he had to return to face the school's investigation. Xinyao came to my company, her eyes filled with anger. "Inanzhou, I didn't expect you to be so vicious. Are you trying to ruin Xiao Zian's future?" I looked at her. "That's right. He ruined my marriage. It's fair, isn't it? Everyone has to pay the price for their mistakes. Otherwise, if there are no consequences for wrongdoing, everyone would do wrong, and there would be no justice in this world. Besides, Xinyao, do you know the best way to calm this down? It's for you to sign the divorce papers. You can say that our relationship had already broken down. That might salvage a sliver of Xiao Zian's future. Let's see if you value him or the money more." Xinyao shrieked. "You wish. You still want half of my company's shares." I tapped the table. "I could have taken it all. I only asked for 50% considering our 10 years of marriage, Xinyao. Be clear, if I were truly ruthless, I would have you leave with nothing. You know I can do it." Chapter 6. Xinyao hesitated. Xiao Zian rushed in and knelt before her. "Yao Yao, can't you not divorce for me? The school is going to expel me. What should I do? I won't even get my diploma. Help me. Sign the divorce papers. I'll definitely earn it back for you in the future. Trust me. Do you think money is more important than me? Do you not love me anymore?" The puppy dog-eyed pleas and accusations made Xun Yao retreat step by step. 3 days later, Xun Yao signed the divorce agreement. I got 50% of her company's shares. 1 month later, we officially finalized the divorce. As soon as we got our divorce certificates, we turned around to a bouquet of red roses thrust into Xin Yao's arms. It was Xiao Zian. Dressed in a suit, he knelt before Xin Yao, holding the roses. Yao Yao, will you marry me? I will treat you well for the rest of my life. Love you forever. Never leave you. And make sure every day is filled with surprises. I'll give you the most romantic love in the world. Amidst envious glances and gasps, Xin Yao blushed, accepted the roses, and put on the ring he bought into bed. I almost laughed out loud. That ring looked like a $50 street stall knockoff. Yet Xin Yao looked so moved. I didn't expect her to be so hot-headed at her age. I had no interest in their lovey-dovey display and turned to leave the Civil Affairs Bureau. Xin Yao thought that with me holding 50% of her company's shares, the company's listing was a sure thing. After all, who would joke about their own company's future? But she was wrong. I didn't care about her company at all. What I wanted was her utter ruin. I turned around and sold the shares to someone else, and at my signal, all investments in the company were withdrawn. Xin Yao naturally didn't notice because she was busy organizing her wedding with her young boyfriend. It was a grand and eye-catching affair. But 3 days before the wedding, Xiao Zian finally received the official decision from his university. Because he had interfered in another person's marriage, leading to the breakdown of their family, the circumstances were deemed serious, and it had a very negative impact on the school's reputation and the students. The school expelled him. It was said that Xin Yao accompanied him back to the school to complete the paperwork. Although she repeatedly stated that her marriage had already broken down and that Xiao Zian was not a homewrecker, their defense seemed insignificant in the face of the pile of intimate photos of them together. Xiao Zian's teacher said earnestly, "Even if there were problems in your marriage, you shouldn't have been with Xiao Zian before the divorce. In your ex-husband's eyes, he is the third party, and you are the one who cheated. Isn't that right?" As they were leaving the school, Xiao Zian was stopped by a female student. The student, dressed in a white t-shirt and jeans with shoulder-length hair, was youthful and strikingly pretty. Tears in her eyes, she looked up at Xiao Zian. "Zian Gij, you're not this kind of person. Why are you with such an old woman? Is it because she forced you with money?" She glared at Xin Yao. "Shameless. You're so old, yet you seduce male college students. Zian Gij is 10 years younger than you. Have you looked in the mirror? You're old enough to be his mother." Xin Yao's face changed drastically. The fact that she was 10 years older than Xiao Zian had always been a sore spot for her. Recently, in preparation for the wedding, she had undergone various cosmetic procedures. But in the face of true youth, her cosmetic enhancements were insignificant. In comparison, her loose and sagging skin was proof of her age. Xin Yao slapped the girl. "Who are you to yell at me? Do you know that Zian is going to marry me?" The young girl's skin was delicate, and her face immediately reddened and swelled. Some classmates couldn't stand it. "Hey, having money makes you so great, huh? Even hitting people on school grounds." Xiao Zian took the young girl's hand away, looking at the swelling with some distress. He looked at Xin Yao and said, "Why did you hit her? She's still young. Why are you arguing with her? She didn't mean it." "Yin, you don't understand my relationship with Xin Yao. Go back to class." Chapter 7. You were fired for her. Is it worth it? The girl named Yin shrieked. "She's just a rich old woman. Why does she have the right to ruin you?" Xin Yao grabbed Xiao Zian and questioned, "What is your relationship with her? Don't tell me she's your little girlfriend, Xiao Zian. We are getting married in 3 days. If you dare to fool around." Xiao Zian soothed her. "How could that be? We finally got together." Then he put his arm around her, got into the car, and left the school. Xin Yao's wedding actually sent me an invitation, probably wanting to show off her happiness in front of me. Unfortunately, I didn't want to entertain her nonsense. After thinking about it, I asked my assistant to attend the wedding. My assistant live-streamed Xin Yao's wedding for me, and I found out that Xin Yao's parents did not attend her wedding. Because since her parents found out about her affair that led to divorce, they felt they had lost all face. Moreover, she was marrying a man 10 years younger and expelled from university, which made them even more unable to hold their heads up in front of their neighbors. A few days before Xin Yao's wedding, the two elderly people directly signed up for a tour group and went abroad for travel. Sitting in the seats of the elders of both families were Xin Yao's aunt and Xiao Zian's parents. Xiao Zian's parents had dark faces throughout. Who would want their son to marry a woman who caused their son to not graduate, was divorced, and 10 years older than their son? When Shun Yao poured tea for them and called them parents, Qiao Zian's mother picked up the tea and with a dark face said, Shun Yao, to be honest, I really don't like you as a daughter-in-law. Second marriage, old age, and you even caused Zian to not graduate. But Zian likes you, and I have no choice. After marriage, you just manage the company for Zian. Stay at home to be a good wife and mother, serve your in-laws, and have a child for Zian as soon as possible. At your age, if you don't have one soon, I'm afraid you'll become an elderly mother. Qiao Zian's mother's words made Shun Yao's face turn green. Kneeling on the ground, it was awkward to get up or not to get up. Shun Yao's aunt was unhappy and immediately jumped up. What nonsense are you talking, old woman? What do you mean second marriage, elderly mother? What do you mean caused your son to not graduate? Why don't you say your son is a gold digger, eyeing our Yao Yao's money? If he hadn't seduced Yao Yao, how could Yao Yao have divorced? Do you think your son is something special? Now young and fresh guys are everywhere. What's so rare about your son? Without you, our Yao Yao can find 10 or 8 no problem. Moreover, our Yao Yao, for your son's sake, has already miscarried a child. If it weren't for your son being useless and hopeless, would our Yao Yao have come to this? Shun Yao's aunt's words caused an uproar among the guests. No way. Shun Yao just got divorced, so it's true that she cheated? Turns out she was pregnant with someone else's child, and even had an abortion. I think her brain is broken. What's so good about this kind of young boy? No money and no status, just for something fresh. There will be a time for her to cry. Oh my, Yao Yao plays quite wild, can't tell. And Xiao Zian's parents and Shun Yao's aunt started to tear into each other on stage. The elders of both families quarreled into a mess, irreconcilable. The wedding now turned into a farce. The wedding host completely did not expect the scene to become so chaotic and couldn't continue hosting at all. I watched the chaotic wedding scene in the company, uncontrollably happy. Shun Yao's aunt is a master at arguing, and Xiao Zian's parents, according to my investigation, are also not easy to deal with. Because of the quarrel between the elders of the two families, Shun Yao and Xiao Zian's wedding became a farce, ending hastily. And I also flew abroad, focusing on managing the affairs of the overseas branch, and didn't come back for half a year. After Shun Yao got married, when she calmed down, she realized that I had sold all the company's shares, and some people from the originally scheduled investment companies also disappeared. She called me, but I had already blacklisted her. She found my assistant, and my assistant said very impolitely, Miss Shun, originally President E, did so much, just because you were Mrs. E, but now you are just his ex-wife. So, isn't it normal that he won't do anything for you anymore? You don't think your company is so big because of your own ability, right? Excuse me for speaking frankly, Miss Shun. You are really too naive. Without President E, you are nothing. Shun Yao watched helplessly as the company's listing became hopeless, watching orders decrease significantly, watching large clients who used to rush to place orders with her no longer pay attention to her. She then realized that, originally, the past glory was just because of her being my wife. Half a year later, when I returned to China again, I also brought back my newly engaged fiancée Song Yin. Because after I went abroad, my parents learned about my divorce. They were extremely angry and anxious, arranging blind dates for me every few days. I was easygoing. Maybe fate had arrived, and I actually met Song Yin, the daughter of the aunt who was our neighbor when I was a child. It had been more than 10 years since we last met. She had already graduated from university and had become a lawyer, capable, independent, but not lacking gentleness. This time she was also traveling abroad and was actually arranged on a blind date. We hadn't seen each other for many years, but there was no estrangement, and we quickly became familiar. The development of our relationship felt like water flowing into a channel, mutual respect, but a feeling of being in sync with each other. I told her about my past relationship experience. She smiled and said, "Then I have to thank her for not knowing how to cherish you, so that I could meet you." I smiled, as if everything in the past was just a joke. Chapter 8. After we got engaged, we returned to China because our main careers were both in the country. After my engagement, my parents were very relieved. Holding Yin Yin's hands, they had the feeling of entrusting their son to her. Unexpectedly, after returning to China, we actually ran into Shun Yao and Xiao Zian at the airport. They looked haggard and were arguing nonstop in the crowded airport. Xiao Zian said impatiently, I've already said it. Eneen is just my junior classmate. I'm just accompanying her on a graduation trip. It's not like we're doing anything shameful. Only then did I notice that a young girl was standing next to Xiao Ziyan, with a charming and pretty face, dressed in a youthful and vibrant style. Eneen looked up at Xin Yao and said, "Annie, you are so old. Just stay home and rest. Aren't you pregnant? You're not going to use your pregnancy to make Brother Ziyan stay home with you all the time, are you? Can't someone as old as you take care of yourself?" The graduation trip was my invitation to Brother Ziyan. He just married you. It's not like he sold to you. Can't he have his own friends? No way. You're not insecure and afraid that he won't love you anymore if he has contact with others, are you? So insecure. Aren't you supposed to think you are rich and beautiful? Annie, you have to face reality. Brother Ziyan is just so popular. How can you possibly handle all this jealousy? Xin Yao hysterically grabbed Xiao Ziyan. "I won't let you go. I'm pregnant with your child now. You need to stay home with me. Your parents are arguing with me nonstop every day. I don't want to face them alone." Xiao Ziyan impatiently broke free from her hand. "Xin Yao, you should really reflect on yourself. Why do my parents only argue with you? When Eneen goes to our house, they like Eneen very much. They never say anything bad about her. Have you ever thought that you might really have a problem yourself? What am I supposed to do at home? You're holding on to the company and not letting me manage it. I have nothing to do. What's wrong with me going on a trip with my classmates?" Xin Yao said, crying. "I divorced for you. The company was ruined by Nanzhou and couldn't be listed. He bankrupted the company. I didn't want to worry you, so I didn't tell you. How could you treat me like this? I ended up in this situation because of you. How could you treat me like this, flirting with other women?" Xiao Ziyan widened his eyes. "The company is bankrupt? You're broke? Didn't you say that as long as I married you, I could spend money as much as I wanted? Now you're telling me you're bankrupt? Go beg Nanzhou. He loves you so much, he'll definitely soften his heart. At worst, tell him you're willing to remarry him, and let him give you money." Slap! Xin Yao slapped Xiao Ziyan in the face. "What are you saying? Are you even human? Do you even know what you're saying?" Slap! Eneen stepped forward and slapped Xin Yao in the face. "How dare you hit someone? Brother Ziyan, this kind of old woman, poor and likes to be clingy. You should just divorce her. Anyway, I told my dad, and my dad said he can invest in the project you mentioned. I'll help you then." Xin Yao rushed up and started fighting with Eneen. "You vixen, shameless, homewrecker." Xiao Ziyan pushed her away. "Are you crazy? Why did you hit Eneen? Go home and look in the mirror yourself. Xin Yao, where do you look like you used to be now? You're like a shrew." After saying that, he didn't even look at Xin Yao, took Eneen's hand, and walked straight to security check. Xin Yao yelled from behind, "Help! Call the police for me. My husband is abusing me. Call the police for me. My stomach hurts so much. Call an ambulance for me." While she was desperately asking for help, she saw me and Yin holding my hand. Her eyes turned red, and she murmured, "Nanzhou." Yin stepped forward. "Hello, my name is Song Yin. I am Nanzhou's fiancé, and I am also a lawyer. If you need help, I can help you with the divorce lawsuit and also testify that your husband hit you. Don't overthink what I'm doing. I'm just helping you from the standpoint of a woman and a lawyer." Xin Yao looked up, seeing my eyes full of affection only fixed on Yin. She finally cried, uncontrollably heartbroken. Xin Yao had another miscarriage because of Xiao Ziyan's push. She filed for divorce and also sued Xiao Ziyan for assault that caused her miscarriage. Yin really helped her with this divorce lawsuit. Xin Yao successfully divorced, and Xiao Ziyan was criminally detained for intentional injury. When I went to pick up Yin, she was walking out of the courthouse with Xin Yao. I stepped forward, gave her a bouquet of her favorite champagne roses, and kissed her. "Wow, wife, you're amazing." Yin rolled her eyes at me. "Did I agree to marry you?" I hugged her. "Then when will you agree to marry me?" I hugged her, laughed, and got into the car, driving forward. And Xin Yao stood alone in front of the courthouse. The wind blew past, and she knew that she had lost everything she once had and could never go back to the past.